Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the broadcast. We've got some pretty cool research to dig into today.
Yeah.
It's about bats and viruses,
Mm.
which, maybe doesn't sound so cool at first,
Right.
but I think this is going to be a good one.
Yeah.
It all comes from some new work happening over in China.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, scientists over there have been studying bat viruses, and they found something pretty interesting.
Okay, I'm all ears.
So you know how viruses need a way to get into our cells to make us sick, right?
Yeah, like a key to get in the door or something.
Exactly. They have to find the right door, and they need the right key.
Mm-hmm.
Well, these scientists, they found a bat virus that seems to use the same doorway as the virus that causes COVID-19.
Oh, wow. So like the same key?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And that's got everyone talking because it could mean we're more vulnerable to these kinds of viruses than we thought.
That's a little worrying.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And there are a couple articles out now, one from Reuters and one from the Indian Express. Both of them are highlighting this new research and how it's focused on this bat virus that's using the same entry pathway as SARS-CoV-2.
So is this bat virus like a close relative of SARS-CoV-2?
That's what makes this whole thing even more interesting. They're actually not closely related at all. It's kind of like finding out that two people from totally different families somehow have keys to the same house.
That is weird. How is that even possible?
That's what the scientists are trying to figure out. So in this case, the key is a specific receptor on our cells. It's like a little docking station that the virus attaches to so it can get inside.
Okay, I get.
But what we don't know yet is why these two unrelated viruses would target the same receptor. Is it just a coincidence?
Or is something else going on?
Right. Could it tell us something about how viruses evolve or how they jump from animals to humans?
That's a really good question. This could really change how we think about those processes.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
It opens up a whole new line of questioning about viral evolution. Could there be some ancient ancestor way back in their history that used this pathway?
It's possible, or maybe they evolved this ability independently, faced similar challenges, and came up with the same solution.
Convergent evolution. That's what scientists call it.
Exactly. And this research could help us understand these patterns of viral emergence.
So this is about more than just these two viruses. It could have big implications for public health and how we prepare for future outbreaks.
Definitely. And speaking of this particular bat virus, is it something we should be worried about right now?
Well, that's where things get a bit more reassuring. From what we know, this virus hasn't actually been found to infect humans. It's only been studied in a lab setting so far.
Oh, okay. So it's not an immediate threat.
Right, and even in the lab, they didn't use the actual live virus. They created a kind of stand-in, a pseudovirus.
A pseudovirus, what is that?
It's like a model of the real virus. It has the same outer shell and the same key, so it can attach to human cells, but it doesn't have all the other stuff that would make someone sick.
Oh, I see. So it's a safer way to study it.
Exactly. And this let the scientists really focus on that entry mechanism, how it uses that specific receptor to get into the cell.
Okay, that makes sense.
So while this specific virus may not be causing infections out in the wild, the fact that it shares this pathway with SARS-CoV-2 is still super important.
Yeah, it kind of throws a wrench in things, right? It really shows us that we need to be studying these bat viruses a lot more closely.
Totally. And I think that's one of the biggest takeaways here, the need for proactive research. We have to get ahead of these viruses, understand how they work, and develop strategies to stop them before they become a problem.
Couldn't agree more.
And the researchers, they even suggest that this could lead to new antiviral medications that could work against a whole range of viruses, not just one specific one.
Like a master key that could jam up any lock.
Exactly. Imagine if we could create drugs that target these shared entry points, block the virus from ever getting into our cells in the first place.
It would be a game changer for public health, that's for sure.
So we've learned about this bat virus. We've talked about its surprising connection to SARS-CoV-2, and we've even touched on the potential this research has for preventing future pandemics and developing new antivirals. This has been a really fascinating look into the world of viruses, and it definitely makes you wonder what other secrets they're hiding.
Who knows what else is out there?
Well, we'll keep digging and keep you updated. Thanks for listening, everyone, and we'll catch you next time for another broadcast.
See ya!